Hi children, last class we discussed about states of matter. So you know the states solid, liquid and gaseous state. For example, ice is in the form of solid state, water is in the form of liquid state and water vapor is in the form of gaseous state. So you know that the properties of the matter, property that is matter that occupies space and matter has weight. In that one, when metal when expands, so if we take a ball tied with the thread, so without heating, this bob is easily past this ring. When heat this bob in a high temperature, so that bob expands, it cannot be goes in this ring, because when the metal it will be heated, it expands. The property of that metal is when heating the metal, maybe iron or whatever it may be, so the metal expands during the heating. So in that way the ironsmiths they will heat the iron and give a different shape to the iron. So now we discuss about ice. So place an ice cube on a plate for 10 minutes. What happens? The ice cube becomes melt because of our temperature. So it will be melts depending upon the temperature of the room. For example, take a small glass bottle, fill it with colored water up to half of its volume. If you take a water or colored water in the glass bottle, fill it with half of that bottle, and we have to close the lid of that water bottle and insert a thin transparent tube inside the bottle. So when we shake that, so or in between our palms, we observe that the glass, when we roll that glass by using our palms, what happens? The water level of the tube will be risen. So in that one, so the pressure exerted on the water. So now from this activity we understand that the pressure exerted on that matter. So here is an activity in the page number 145. Write what happens when the following objects are heated. Candle, what happens? When candle is heated, it gets melted. Rice in a cooker, what happens? The raw rice becomes the boiled rice. Water, what happens? When water is heated, the water becomes heated and it becomes water vapor. Now let us discuss about the change in states of matter. When an object is heated, there will be a rise in the hotness. For example, if we boil the water in a vessel, it becomes boiling, it becomes the water vapor, but the hotness of the temperature rises. Write the states of matter in the following situations. What happens when a ice cube is heated? It melts. And water when heated, it boils and it becomes water vapor. And then vapors are cooling. So this water vapors on cooling, what happens? It condenses. Is it clear? And then the water on cooling. So if we keep the water in the fridge or in the freezer, it becomes ice. Is it right? This liquid form is changing into the solid form. This vapor, this gaseous form is changing into solid form. Like that, the matter changes. For example, if we take some pieces of that banger pieces, so when we heat the banger pieces at the edge and join the pieces, what happens? It gives a very attractive handcraft in a home. Or heating some glasses or some metals or some liquids changes into the different status also. Here is a sublimation. In this sublimation, so we need operators. Here are some operators. See children, this is a triplet stand. So this is a triplet stand, Bunsen burner. So it is connected to LPG cylinder. Or if you take a spirit lamp contains a spirit inside it is a alcoholic content, it is a spirit. So it helps to burn the thread. Next, evaporating dish. Above that we kept up the funnel, that is we take here the conical flask. Inside the conical flask we take here china dish. In the china dish we take some naphthalene balls. You know naphthalene balls. Naphthalene balls is used to kill the or avoid the cockroaches. You know naphthalene balls manayalli ವಿಷ ಉಂಡೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದಾದ್ರೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. In case naphthalene balls ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ camphor or iodine content use ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Next, a inverted funnel is attached to this conical flask. Inverted funnel test tube. So ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ conical flask ತಗೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ ಹಾಗೆ inverted test tube ತಗೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ. So at the mouth we plug a cotton cap. Here we take a solid form of naphthalene balls. You know solid form of naphthalene balls. So when we heat it, it becomes what? So after some heating, so without any passing liquid here, this solid becomes vapors. So usually you know that the nature of naphthalene balls or camphor, when we kept in the temperature, in the atmosphere, it becomes melts. You know that one camphor na ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ naphthalene ball na ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಕರಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಕರಗೋದಲ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ naphthalene balls ಅಥವಾ camphor ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ಪೂರ ಕರಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So the vapors are collected on the sides of the test tube. See here, these are the vapors collected on the sides of the test tube. So in this way we conclude that the solid, the process of changing, what is the sublimation? The process of changing solid to water vapor or vapors, solid to vapor without passing any liquid is called as sublimation. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. So without any passing liquid, this process is called as sublimation. The process of changing solid to vapor without passing any liquid is called as sublimation. So this is a important one. You have to write or practice this diagram in your rough book. Okay children? So here we use the camphor or iodine, or it may be a naphthalene balls. ಕರ್ಪೂರ ಅಥವಾ iodine ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. iodine ಅಥವಾ naphthalene balls ನಶೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So here I will once again explain the procedure. Here we take triplet stand, Bunsen burner, evaporating dish, conical flask, so inverted funnel. Why we use the inverted funnel means, so the vapors are evaporated. So that's why we use here the inverted funnel. So when we heat the naphthalene balls without any passing any liquid, so it becomes vapors. So the vapors are collected on the sides of the test tube. This is called as sublimation. And then, so you know some measurements. Mass is a total quantity of matter. So you know mass is a total quantity of the matter. Mass. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಚಾಕ್ ಪೀಸ್ ನ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ತೂಕ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಡಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೂಕ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು weight ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. So that is called as the total quantity of the matter. We can say it as mass of the matter. So usually the mass is measured in terms of weight. In terms of what? Weight. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. So or we can write it as kg. The SI unit of mass is kg or kilogram. What is the meaning of SI unit? SI unit means system of international system. So ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ 1 kg ರೈಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು kg measurement. ಬೇರೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲೂ 1 kg ರೈಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಅದು 1 kg measurement ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Because to avoid confusion internationally, so they are having the same units. Okay, children? And then, for example, you know that 100 milligram is equal to how much? 1 kg. Sorry, 1000 milligram is equal to 1 kg. 1000 grams is equal to how much? Sorry, children. 1000 milligram is equal to 1 gram. Clear? 1000 milligram is equal to 1 gram. 1000 grams is equal to 1 kg. And then 100 kg is equal to 1 quintal. 100 kg is equal to 1 quintal. 1000 kg is equal to 1 ton. So these are the simple measurements of the mass. That is 1000 milligram is equal to 1 gram. 1000 gram is equal to 1 kg. 100 kg is equal to 1 quintal. 1000 kg is equal to 1 ton. Okay, children? And then let us discuss about density of the matter. Mass is measured in terms of weight. The SI unit of mass is kg or kilogram. Usually the density is measured by the unit that is the kg per meter cube. When an object of the same size are measured, one may weigh more and other may weigh less. So one can ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ containing unit volume. Containing in unit volume. So density is the amount of mass containing in unit volume. So we measured in cubic centimeter, or the SI unit of density is kg per meter cube. The SI unit of density is kg per meter cube. So less density and high density. If we take water and oil, you know, when we mix the water and oil in a vessel, what happens? It will be dissolved. It will be mixed easily. No, but the oil floats on the water. Why the oil is floats on the water? Because the density of oil is less than the density of water. That's why the oil is floats on the water. Next, let me discuss about the pressure. Next one is pressure. Take a tumbler containing a water, place it horizontally. So some blade or some objects is placed on the tumbler horizontally. What happens? So here I will take a tumbler filled with water. So first I will place that blade horizontally. What happens? It floats easily on the water. The same blade, when it placed it vertically, what happens? It sinks in the water. It sinks in the water. In case of the position horizontally, the blade sinks in the water. So here we observe that when the horizontal, the blade will be horizontally placed on the water, it floats on the water, whereas in the vertical manner, it will be sinks in the water. Even the mass of the blade is same, it floats in the former case but sink in the later case. Why? It will be floats and sinks in the water. When the blade is placed horizontally, its mass is disturbed over the wide area. So when horizontally placed blade placed, so the mass, the area it will be, so it will be distributed in a wider manner. Therefore the mass per unit area is less than and it will be floats. When the perpendicular means when we place the plate vertical manner, what happens? The surface it will be sinks distributed in a smaller area. So this is called as a pressure. Pressure is the force exerted by unit area. The definition of pressure is pressure exerted by an unit area. So if you take some wood, it will be floats easily on the water. When we take same the stone having a weight, when we immerse the stone in the water, what happens? It will be sinks in the water. When compared to the wood or lightweight paper, so it will be floats easily on the water. So for that we can give a definition, that is buoyancy. Buoyancy means the upward force exerted by unit area is called as buoyancy. Based on the arrangements, the particles of matter are identified by three states, that is namely solid, liquid and gases. In that case, we conclude that the boat, you know boat children, so ship or boat is the formula based on that only the buoyancy. ನೋಡಿ ಇದಲ್ವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಿಪ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬೋಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ based on the buoyancy. So buoyancy means the force exerted by the unit area. So that's why the wood floats on the water. It will be distributed in a wider area. Okay children? So whereas some stone and some iron content, it will be sinks in the water. Here the area, the mass distributed in a smaller area. Children, next. So the matter are distributed on three states. That's the solid, liquid and gaseous state. So next lesson we discuss about elements, compounds and mixture. So in this class we learned that the sublimation. Sublimation is a process of changing a solid form to vapor without any passing is called as sublimation. And then mass. Mass means, so the amount of mass, it will be expressed in terms of kilograms. Okay. And then density, amount of mass containing in unit volume. So it is expressed in the terms kg per meter cube. The density of water is less than density of water. That's why the density of oil is less than density of water. That's why the oil floats on the water surface. Pressure is exerted by unit area of mass, and then buoyancy is the upward movement of the unit area is called as buoyancy. So where the fillings is there, you have to fill in your pencil and read the textbook. Complete the fillings children. So solid, when heating liquid, solid